this installment of my engine build, the 347 stroker for Cobra kit car. I had already gone ahead and, let me show you here, had put in my dog bones, and there's an upside, it says up on them, and I soaked my lifters. My lifters are, pull one of these out real quick. My lifters are Ford Performance with the extra oiling, center section, oil hole up. That doesn't matter either way. You can put them down or up. I like them up because I feel like if the oil's coming out, it's going to be covering the bore as it comes back around. That's just my technique. But there is no specific way to do that. And then I'm going to throw the dog bones in here, and then my tray will sit down in here and screw in here and here. But before I get to that, because I am going to have to test, I've got a tool to check rod length. I need to get my heads on and check for rod length on the engine here. So the one problem I ran over the holidays, it's Thanksgiving, and I was out looking around for a simple part that I couldn't really center my heads without is this Velcro dowel pin set. Now, when I looked up a 90 Mustang, which is what I pulled the block from, and it's a Windsor roller, so any roller block should work, but the heads on these engines use a smaller head bolt. So when I looked up the engine, it didn't use this Velcro number. It used some other number, and they didn't have them in stock. And so I said, well, look up a Ford truck with a 5.0 in it with a roller block, and years later this is a 94 part. But I was able to find these at my local auto parts store if I cross-reference the block with another vehicle. Just something to keep in mind. So let me go ahead and stick this back over here so I can be hands-free with this. Get this to stay up. Okay. All right, so the part is these dowel pins. Some of y'all may not actually need these because you already have them from the previous block, but I've ordered a new block with the stroker in it already installed. So I'm just pushing these in. I'm going to tap them in with a rubber mallet. They're a little snug, as they should be. Squeeze them together here. And this will center your heads on your block. You don't want to use your bolts to do it because the head will tend to slide around, and then you'll have nothing to hold your gaskets in. Put your head gaskets on, so there'll be nothing sitting there holding that on, so it just makes it more complicated. I went in and spent, these are $4. I spent $4 on them just so I could have the peace of mind that my heads are centered up on the block correctly. And it's nice and snug, so let me get I feel like that's good. And they're seated to the bottom of the bore. That's good. Attention to detail, every little bit helps. And so there's that portion. Now I've got two Velcro. These are .039 gaskets. They're the thinnest ones I could find because I'm running high compression. I'm not boosting this motor. This is going to be, this says front. So I want to be able to read that, and I want it to say front, so I'm going to stick it on the front. So this one's going to go like this. Everything looks real good. I'll come back and look at the bore holes here in a second. And then this one says front, so this one will have to, yeah, it's written on both sides. So just be cognizant of that. Always keep this to the front, either side you put it on. and you can't go wrong. That's simple. So these have metal rings in them, so you don't have to O-ring your heads. Looks just that much nicer. All my holes are lined up. Again, this is a common Ford problem, but this hole over here is well off. So is this one. So I'm going to have to get a die grinder and adjust this. You can see what I'm looking at. You can see how much that's off the side there. So they're all very many of them are, this one seems to be one of the worst, but many of them are already off like that much. So you can see I want to smooth that out so that the heads have a clean hole to run through and that this isn't causing a restriction. There isn't that much material overlapping it, but it's going to bother me. So those will have to be cleaned up. This one's the same way. You can see there. And the rest are fine.